Hello, Aaron. I am so excited to talk to you today. I spent the majority of my coaching yesterday helping people work on their emotional struggles because that is why they don't hit their calorie deficit. So it's interesting when people come to me, usually one of the first two questions they ask me is what diet plan is best or how do you figure your calories? Like those are like the two big ones. Hence why I have the Master Your Calories teaching toolkit and all that stuff, because I get asked that question so much. I actually put a teaching toolkit together on it. But even if in our Half Size Me community webinars, that's one of the top couple questions. I usually find I get 2 to 3 questions every week from people who want to know how do you calculate your calories. And here's what I want to suggest to you. I'm not saying calories aren't important. Obviously they are. You must be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose weight. But I think where we get distracted with calories and with the numbers and the macros and the do's and don'ts of certain eating regimens is it distracts us from dealing with the really hard work of managing our minds and our emotional house. And so when I started just like everybody else. I was counting the calories, counting the points. I, through my journey, had to learn how to create boundaries. I read books on boundaries. I had to learn how to separate my thoughts, facts from feelings. I had to learn how to request what I needed. I needed to identify the emotions I was having. I had been told as a kid what I felt was ridiculous. It was crazy. How could you think or feel that, Heather? Dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. I went to therapy. The reason I'm sharing this with you is I would hate for anyone to see somebody's before and after and assume that the only way that they got there was a certain workout regimen or a certain eating plan. It really isn't. If they're going to stay at that weight year after year after year, they're going to have to dig deep and figure out why they gained the weight to begin with. And that is where, that's where you roll up your sleeves and you get into the really messy work, okay? So calories, macros, points, eating programs, all that stuff. Think of it as the crust of the planet Earth. It's there, we need it, but when you dig under that crust and you realize how many layers you have to bulldoze through to get to the core, that's all the stuff that needs to be fixed in order for you to hit your calorie goal pretty routinely. Because if you can't deal with stress and anxiety, if you struggle with communicating your needs or feelings, and every time you feel something, you turn to the pantry, then you're going to really kind of self-sabotage, because either one of two things: you'll actually track everything you ate and just realize you're constantly going over where you want to be, or B, you won't track it because you struggle with the on-off mentality, the black and white thinking, and you think, well, if I don't track it, it doesn't count. And it doesn't matter, your body's keeping complete track. It doesn't matter if you track it or not. But my point with sharing all this with you is try not to be too overly focused on that. Yes, know your calories, know your points, but then I want you to dig deeper. I want you to start kind of going below the crust of the earth, and I want you to start saying, why do I struggle with hitting my calories? Why am I, kind of waking up in the middle of the night with anxiety and going down to the kitchen? Why is it that I am, eating things I'm not planning? Why is it when I feel something, I'm turning to the pantry? And start really diving into that. Get yourself a good emotional eating journal. Start really playing with that, because the sooner you can answer those questions, getting therapy, getting coaching, getting whatever it is you need, that's going to be a game changer. Because what it does, it's kind of like you have this underlying leak in the foundation of your home. And up until now, you keep changing out your faucets thinking that's going to fix the problem. When really what it's going to require is a plumbing team to come in, tear up through the foundation, replace the pipe, and re-pour concrete. It's a major job, right? This reason that we are overweight for most of us is because we didn't get some basic things when we were kids on how to deal with feelings without food. We didn't understand all that. So when I think of what got me to this point, what let me get to 170 pounds off, what let me be able to maintain this since 2012, it's because I was willing to do some really painful stuff that did not feel comfortable at all. And I was willing to say no to people. I was willing to put my needs before others, which was totally new. I was willing to go to therapy. I was willing to do that really hard work because my emotional eating was off the charts. I could bulldoze my way through the refrigerator in no time to avoid feeling. And I actually had a client tell me that the other day. She had a really emotional day. She's like, Heather, I just didn't want to feel anything. And so I just kept eating cake. And I think some of us can understand that really, really well, right? So I just want to encourage you, can someone follow a regimented plan, eat a certain macro profile, hit a calorie target and white knuckle it for months and get to a goal weight? Absolutely. The reason we have the rate of weight regain that we do, aka not maintaining the weight, is because all that really hard work below the surface of the crust of the earth, we're not wanting to do that. We want the results, but we don't want to really fix the underlying problem, the pipe in the foundation that's needing to be replaced. So just want to share that thought with you because I would hate for you to constantly be distracted by the wrong thing and think that that's where the success comes from long-term weight maintenance and losing a massive amount of weight. You have a great day. And if you would not mind, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and feel free to share all of my videos because I'm here to help. And if you have questions or things you want me to cover in other videos, I would love to help you.